The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code NBA SGPN and get a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Rebet, a new sportsbook available in 45 states. Rebet in your download Rebet in your app store and use promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $100. I'm sorry. Make sure you download Rebet in your app store and use that promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $100. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Start crushing college football, NFL, and NBA with Rhythm. Get your 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no voice, no guy. It's me, really real, villain real. Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. Yeah, man. Cat, I have to say, I know Cat wasn't talking to Drake at the end of the game, but it makes it so much of a better story if he was talking to Drake. I mean, it makes it a way better story if he was talking to Drake. This would make the worst year of Drake's life. I mean, by far, gotta be the worst year of his life if Cat was looking at him and talking to him at the end of the game. Knicks didn't cover the spread, but man, did that three? Nice. Love it. Shouts out Knicks tape. Knicks. I don't know. Hard to get me excited about the Knicks win at all, but it's good to see this team doing something well. RJ Barrett had a great day. That's who I bet on yesterday. Man, we're here 2 days. We've got the NBA Cup quarterfinals going on, 2 games on the slate. Gonna talk about it. And I have my co-host, the nerd Lonte Smith, here to break it all down with me. Lonte, what is going on?
Not much, man. Wonky schedule, but gives us a little bit of time to, reset a little bit, dive deeper into the game. So, yeah, looking forward to the 2 games today. Well, one of them at least.
One of them. What do you mean? We have two great games on the schedule here today. One in the East, one in the West. We're gonna figure out who's going to Vegas. Both nationally televised games, and I mean, there's no point in waiting around. We got to get right to it. I just got to tell you once again, make sure you download that SGPN app if you haven't already. Download the SGPN app. It's completely free. If you rock with us and you're here waiting, like, come on, you might as well. Yes, go hit that like button. Appreciate that, Louise. It was a bunch of people in the chat that was like, hey, where y'all at? Where y'all at? Make sure y'all download the app. Make sure y'all give us a 5-star rating and review. Actually, right now, I need everybody right now. Stop what they're doing. Go to Apple, go to Spotify, go to whatever it is, and drop a 5-star rating and review. Leave a funny comment. Do something like that. Matter of fact, somebody make me laugh. You might just get an SGPN gift card for it, to be honest. Because I was sitting there and I was looking through the reviews and I was reading through the reviews and I was laughing because one guy said he loved the college basketball experience, but he hates Noah. And I thought that was kind of funny. But like, I think that it's more of we don't have anything. Like, there's nothing. We can't even laugh about people hating us because we don't have any reviews. So yes, go download that app, but go drop a review right now. I mean, at least a bad review. We can get up here and talk about a bad review. We're not even getting bad reviews. We're not getting any reviews. So come on, go drop that 5-star rating review. Appreciate it. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. The Orlando Magic on the road going to play the Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks laying 7.5. I'm sorry. Wait, this is 6.5. It was 7.5 last night when I was looking at it. Currently sitting here at Bucks laying 6.5. Let's see here. 215 is the total. Let's pull up an injury report on these two teams. But the big news that happened over the weekend that I mean, the real diehard NBA handicappers, they know what's going on, but some people might not know what's going on. They might not be those diehard. They might be NFL guys that just come over and listen for NBA picks. But Franz Wagner is out. So that now increases the total of players that was in the starting rotation to 3 that are not playing: Paulo Banchero, Franz Wagner, Gary Harris. 3 pretty big pieces that they have in their rotation too. So that's a tough one. Jonathan Isaac is officially questionable with a hamstring injury. They're going to need him to play, because if Franz Wagner is not out there, they're going to need everything defensively that Jonathan Isaac has to offer. All right. For the Milwaukee Bucks, you have Giannis, who is listed as probable with the knee injury. Chris Middleton is probable with that ankle injury. And you have Marjan Beauchamp probable with a hamstring injury. I don't know how much that matters. All right, Lonte, here we go. You have an Orlando Magic team that has had a really good season thus far. Very, very good season, but they are without their top 2 players in this game. Catching 6.5 on the road in the quarterfinals of the NBA Cup. What are you doing here?
Yeah, it's pretty easy for me. I like Milwaukee. I just think that the list of injuries that you just raveled off. I mean, just Paulo alone being out and them being successful was, really good on Mosley and Franz and the rest of those guys. But now you're down to your top 2 guys, potentially your best defender in Isaac. Well, I mean, I guess your best wing defender. I mean, I guess Suggs would be like 1A, 1B, but you're down Isaac, who you really need for Giannis here. They struggled on the road already. So all 9 of their losses have been on the road by an average of about 11.5 points per game. So they're struggling with those 2 guys on the road. And now you go on the road against a Milwaukee team who's won 8 of their last 10, outscoring opponents by about 6 points per game. They're about 500 ATS in that span. I just think Milwaukee overpowers them. I think the depth wears them down that Milwaukee has. 6-10 ATS on the road is Orlando. The defense is still it should be still pretty good. I think we'll touch more on that in the total section. But I mean, Mosley's good as a dog, 31-23, and 1 as a road dog of 6.5 or more. Shout out to Zach Cohen for that. But yeah, I think Milwaukee buries him here. I just don't think they have. I don't think Orlando has enough to withstand some of the things that they have for a fully healthy Bucks team. I mean, Middleton's all signs pointing to him going. I think we see a low scoring game, but Milwaukee ends up winning by double digits.
Hmm. I mean, I get it. I get it. It feels a little easy. And uh my question would be, why is this line going down if it is quote unquote that easy? Uh but for me, it's a little bit different, cuz yeah, Milwaukee's been a lot better, a lot better. And I understand. I don't think the Magic are going to be able to score. I really, really don't. Nonetheless, this Magic defense has been good, and I don't think Franz Wagner was the reason that they're good. Like, I think that he was a great defensive piece, very long, and he adds to it, but I don't think he was the reason that that defense was good. I think that defense is good because you have Jamal Mosley, who is an excellent head coach, and he has devised a really, really good game plan for his players. You're liable if Jonathan Isaac goes. You're liable to see a lot more Jonathan Isaac in this game. And I think that's going to be really, really annoying defensively. He's an amazing defender when he's out there on the court. And so more minutes for him could actually not be a bad thing. Look at you talk about them on the road. I mean, still, despite those losses on the road, still giving up 103.4 points per game. That's 3rd in the NBA, 6th in defensive rating. Like, they don't allow offensive rebounds. They're 3rd in offensive rebound percentage allowed on the road. Like, this team handles business, and you still got Wendell Carter, you still got Gogo Batazzi, like, you still got Mo Wagner, you still got some bigs where I'm not really necessarily concerned about just easy slashes to the rim. I get it. The Bucks have been a lot better, but I think that the Magic are going to give the Bucks some issues. And this is the get up spot. This is the game after the star goes down. Like, this is the game that that the Orlando Magic are like, all right, nobody's counting us in anymore. We done lost our best player. We done lost our second best player. And I think that they can still get up for this game because of the level of defense that they provide. So Yeah, do Milwaukee Bucks win? I think they do win. I do. Do they cover the number? I don't think so. It's been rough sledding for the Bucks in the past couple of games in terms of covering the number. They were able to cover +8 against Boston in a get up spot there. They probably should have won the game. It feels like that they had opportunities to go out there and win that game. They didn't get it done, but they didn't cover 6 at Brooklyn. They didn't cover 4.5 against the Hawks at all. So it's been really, really up and down with this Bucks team. I'm not at the point where I feel like I can trust them for a team that is covering every single number that the Wizards, like every team is covering every single number the Wizards throw at them, except the Hawks and except the Nuggets now. So shout out to the Nuggets. You knew I was going to get that Nugget stray in there. Wizards getting their 3rd win of the season, 2 to the Atlanta Hawks and 1 to the Denver Nuggets. Yeah, I'm questionable about this team. I'm taking the Magic +6.5. I think Milwaukee wins. I think 1-10 would probably be my better bet. I think the defense for the Orlando Magic keep them in this game. I agree with you. Actually, this is a low scoring game. I don't think that this is a high scoring game, and I think that there could be a possibility where, hey, maybe the Bucks do cover this number and Orlando can't score at all, but doesn't mean that Milwaukee just walks into 120 here either. So yeah, I think that I like the under a little bit more, under 215 here, but I really, really do think that the Orlando Magic are able to at least make this a game. I don't think this is just going to be the blowout that everybody's expecting. All right, let's see here. We got a little bit extra time today. Any player props or anything on the radar?
Yeah, I was looking at Jalen Suggs, looking at his PRA over. I mean, he's just going to have the ball in his hands a ton more. We saw in the first game without Franz and Paulo, it was, I forgot who they played. Phoenix. They played Phoenix. He had a really good game against Phoenix. Struggled in the first half, but came out in the second half. Was really good. His usage has been completely up since Paulo's been out, and now only going to go even further without both of those guys in. I mean, he's going to be exerting a lot of energy defensively, but I just think that he's the only scorer outside of. I mean, Isaac is okay, but like guard wise, I mean, he's the only guy that can pretty much create his own shot, get to the rim,
I mean,
shoot from deep.
Cole Anthony can score. Like
Yeah, he
they
can
have
score.
guys that can score. It's just
Yeah, I
that
mean,
one, this offense runs at a incredibly slow pace, and the offense isn't designed to highlight scorers. Like this is clearly a hey, we're gonna be a defensive grinded out team, and so like I think they have guys that can score. Is it just gonna come easy? I
I
don't think
mean,
so.
I don't know about. That. I mean, Cole is okay. I mean, he's all right, but I mean, I guess he'll be expanded role, so maybe. But I'm just expecting Suggs to have the ball in his hands a little bit more than what we're accustomed to whenever both of those guys are in. So I like Suggs over his PRA.
Jalen Suggs, not Jalen Suggs. Cole Anthony, last 2 games that he got over 20 minutes, he went 6 for 12, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and he went 6 for 14, 14 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. So
Yeah,
like, all right, he can. What's Cole Anthony? Yeah, he can score. Like he can score. I'm not saying he's going to go out there and have a big game, but they'll get a contribution out of him, and they'll get a contribution. I agree with you. I think they'll have to get a contribution out of Jalen Suggs, but
yeah.
uh, we'll see. We'll see. I think I'm a little bit leaning over to I like Bobby Portis today. I like Bobby Portis go over his 10.5 coming off the bench here. I think the depth is really, really going to be the issue with Orlando going forward. I felt like that they had a lot of really, really good depth, and now that's kind of chopped in half, missing, 2 in that front court. I think this is opportunity. Bobby's been over this in 3 of the last 4 against Orlando, and he's been over this in 6 of his last 10 games. I think this is a really good spot for Bobby Portis to get off the shed powder here. Get on the shed powder and absolutely just go nuclear. Shout out to the Bobby Portis shed powder game against the Boston Celtics, where I think he had like 18 rebounds or something like that. Complete shed powder game by Bobby Portis in that one. So I'm expecting another shed powder game by Bobby Portis here. All right. Let's see. Yeah, that's about it for me. Giannis, I'm sure people are going to throw him in King of the Court today. Is there even a King of the Court? Is there a King of the Court today? Is that every day? Somebody let me know. But Giannis is probably one of those people talk about of best players on the day today. All right. Let's see here. There we go. Got to talk to you about Underdog Fantasy. Biggest menu of fantasy projections for all sports. You can get that done in Underdog Fantasy with Profit Boost, and they have a whole bunch of specials where you can get players like I saw Steph for higher half a point over there. Underdog Fantasy had to get down on that. Very, very easy play there one time. So make sure you go check them out in NFL, college football, college basketball, NBA, NASCAR, all of that, MMA, more. And sign up with our promo code NBA SGPN. Claim your special pick and first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code NBA SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rebet. Rebet is a new social sports book available in 45 states. They have a whole bunch of betting opportunities there on Rebet. So make sure you go over there and use it. It's easy to use, great for people that are in states that are not traditional with sports books and they may be restricted. So you can get another sports book that is not restricted over there with Rebet. Download the Rebet app in the App Store and use that promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $100. That's Rebet. Promo code SGPN. All right. Second game on the slate over to the Western Conference quarterfinals of the NBA Cup. We have the Oklahoma City Thunder at home welcoming the Dallas Mavericks. OKC's laying 4.5 here. 231 is the total injury report for these two teams. And I have here for the Oklahoma City Thunder, Chet Holmgren's not playing. Jay Will is not playing. You have Adam Flagler not playing. You have Dang not playing. And yeah, that's about it. For the Dallas Mavericks, Maxi Kleber isn't playing. Jaden Hardy isn't playing. Dante Exum isn't playing. PJ Washington is questionable with an illness. And Najee Marshall is already questionable with an illness. Maxi Kleber is actually out with that illness. So looks like a little bit of sickness going around the Dallas Mavericks right now. They're catching 4.5 on the road here. Lonte, what are you doing?
Like OKC, man, the one that's obviously that's a big spot for them. They've had trouble against this team this year. Actually lost 121 to 119
last year too.
Yeah, they lost in that 6-game series. They actually lost as a 7.5-point favorite, and they lost without Luka. Now, granted, OKC didn't have Hartenstein, Chet, or Caruso, but I mean, you got to win that game without Luka. Dallas was off a back-to-back as well. Their bench was.
I disagree.
What do you mean?
I don't think you have to win that game without Luka. I think the Mavericks play better
off of a back-to-back.
Yes, without Luka or Kyrie, I think the Mavericks play better. That is not a hot take. The Mavericks have absolutely played better with one of Luka or Kyrie sitting. When they both are in the lineup, that is a horrible time to take the Mavericks.
Yeah, I don't even look at it like that. But I mean, I feel like you catch a team off a back-to-back, 7.5-point favorites at home, got to win that game without one of the best players in the league. I mean, that's inexcusable. They got to win that game. 4 bench players for Dallas, double digits. And Dallas, they've been, 7 in a row, 11 in the last 12. But I mean, I think it's a good spot for OKC. They're under Dagnall as a home favorite, 44, 29, and 1. They were negative 24 on the glass in the first meeting, but since Hartenstein's been playing, their rebound percentage is coming up about 2.5%. So I think they'll be able to. Well, the one thing, the caveat here is if PJ Washington is out, then that's big for them because he's been the Oklahoma City killer for whatever reason. He's been dominant in every game that they played each other, going back to the Western Conference semis. But I just think that with Hartenstein, it adds a level of physicality to be able to bang with Gafford and Lively on the glass. So I think OKC is the side here. I like them laying the 4.5 at home.
Yeah, so I'm on OKC too. I'm actually kind of sick. Hope your mojo isn't gucking up OKC here, but yeah, I do love OKC here. There's not really too many spots where I'm not betting OKC, to be honest. But one, I talked about it. Luis, I'm telling you, I've been watching Dallas. They come out and get better spots when one of Luka or Kyrie doesn't play. But when they're both playing, they look like a worse basketball team. Like they do. Nonetheless, here, the big thing is Isaiah Hartenstein. I think Alex Caruso does help as well, but it's really Isaiah Hartenstein. And regardless if PJ Washington plays or not, I think that everybody is going to have a lot more difficult time realizing that they're not going to get easy lanes to the basket because there's literally no big. Like Daniel Gafford was little boying actually little boying multiple people out there in that last matchup and is en route to a double-double. Lively was doing it over the course of the playoffs. PJ Washington and Najee Marshall were getting easy looks at the rim. Jaden Hardy too. So the fact that Jaden Hardy is not playing, the fact that you could potentially not have PJ Washington playing, and honestly potentially not have what's his name? Najee Marshall. Potentially not have Najee Marshall playing. We don't know how bad this Oklahoma City defense is. I mean, not Oklahoma City, but we don't know how bad this illness is over there in the Mavs locker room. And I think the Oklahoma City defense with Isaiah Hartenstein is going to be able to take away the easy ones at the rim. Are they still going to be able to score at the rim? Yes, but the easy ones are not going to be there. There are going to be multiple times where they drive inside the paint and they're going to look and kick back out and they're going to take a horrible three. And that's going to be exactly what OKC wants out of the possession. So I think this is when OKC rights the ship. This is when OKC gets revenge for the playoff series for earlier this season with Kyrie and Luka in the lineup, because it's not going to be so easy for them inside the paint with all of those guys out and with Isaiah Hartenstein in the lineup. Yeah, I think Alex Caruso does add something there. We know J-Dub and SGA are absolutely ballers that can score on anybody. I think both of them have big games here today. I think this is OKC, and I think this is OKC in a rout. I think they right all of the wrongs against this Dallas Mavericks team here in this game. This feels like a really good spot. And we'll add into the handicap the fact that when you look at the NBA Cup and you look at basically everybody on OKC roster is one of those second tier, third tier, like outside of SGA, J Will, I guess Isaiah Hartenstein now, he just got a bag. And maybe Caruso. Everybody else is getting money because they in the NBA, but they ain't getting money. Like, they not getting money. They getting money, like NBA money, but they not getting money. SGA gets money. Like, Hartenstein gets money after the big contract. These guys want that NBA Cup. They want to get that money at the end. I think this is OKC in a route, a complete route. OKC gets this done. Totals at 231. Over for me, but it would be more of a team OKC team total over. I really think the Dallas Mavericks could struggle to score the basketball, especially if PJ Washington and Najee Marshall aren't playing. They could really struggle to score the basketball here. So I think it's OKC team total over, and that's really it for me.
Yeah, I like under. Both top 8 defensive rating, 240 in the first meeting. I think that might have this number inflated, along with both of these teams, having high scoring outputs against. So basically, Dallas scored, I think, like 120 plus on Washington, Toronto, Portland, and Utah. So obviously 4 of the bottom teams in the NBA. Same with OKC, Toronto, the Pelicans, and Utah. They scored, I think, like 115-ish plus in all of those games. So OKC totals are usually like around mid 220 area. And I think that, with Dallas, you want to slow down the fast break. They're running a lot more the past few years. I think OKC turned them over 16 times in that first game. So they did a good job in preventing the fast break points. It's just they couldn't do anything on the glass. And now with Hartenstein back, I think they'll operate a little bit more out of the half court. So I'm going with the under. I think it'll end, like low 220s.
All right. So let's put this contract situation in comparison. Again, the role players for OKC play a lot of minutes. You have Aaron Wiggins, who's making the most. No, I lied. Isaiah Joe is making the most out of the role players at $12 million a year. Aaron Wiggins is making $10 million a year. That's actually pretty interesting. Caruso's at 9. Kenrich Williams is at 6. Kaysen is at 5. J Dub is at 5. Really less than that. And then Dylan Jones is at 2. Like, all the guys that are in their regular rotation, they want to win this. This is OKC. I wonder. I'm probably gonna be betting OKC the whole way. I'm not gonna lie. Probably gonna be betting OKC the whole way, except against the Warriors. Not that one. All right. I still have a Warriors future that I'm milking here for the NBA Cup. All right. Any player props? Anything else you want to add here?
I like J-Dub over 22.5 points. He struggled in this series, especially in that game 6, I think, was at home. Yeah, he struggled mightily. He was having some injury concerns as well, I think, in the middle of that series. So that could have been a cause of it. But I think J Dub has a big day. Ball will be in his hands a little bit more. I think they'll throw some bigger defenders at SGA. Usually they put PJ Washington on him, so I'll be interested to see what they do if he's out or if he's limited at all. But secondary defender on J Dub, I think he operates out of that pick and roll with Hartenstein a little bit more efficiently than he has been thus far. So I like J Dub over 22.5 points.
Let me see here. Somebody said something. Well, who just said that? Joshua Mavs' dog has always went over question mark. So I just went ahead and typed it up. Doesn't look like it. The Mavericks as a dog since 2021, 57 and 63 and 1, 47.5%. Let's move this over a couple years. Let's go back to last season and this season. 25 and 22. So last season and this season, there was only one instance, I think, in this season, and it went under. But last season, this season, 25 and 22 and 1, 53.2% over this as a dog to the over. So I mean, I don't really think it's anything there as them going over as dogs. I would like to see a little bit more there, but maybe if I play around with it, maybe there might be something there. But I haven't had any handicap of the Mavericks always going over as a dog or anything. All right. Yeah. Cool. That's it. 2 games. Quick and easy. Get up out of here. We'll talk about lock and dog in just a second, but first, got to talk to you about just this year. Mavs only been a dog once this year, haven't they? Have they been dogs multiple times this year? Let me see. 5, 7. Let me see. Let me look up. Where's the? Let me pull this up and get my guy the intel here. Let's see. Dog. Over under wise. All right. Oh, that's the last 5 games. Duh. Let me open that up the full season. Okay.
Yeah, 8-0 as a dog. 8-0 to the over as a dog.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What? I don't have 8-0, do I? Oh, that
10,
was the first half. Okay.
Yeah, 10 out of 13 over in away games. 8-2 over last 10.
Yep. Here we go. Yeah. All right. So maybe that. So it looks like that's an angle. Mavs is a dog. Take the over. I like it. Let's see. Road favorite. Oh yeah. 7. I got 7-0. 7-0. 8. Oh, that's the team total. Yeah. Well, either way, to over 7-0. All right. Nice stuff. Cool. All right, where were we at? Oh, yeah, mybookie.ag. They've been back running things in SGPN for years, and we've got them again. And check out their new and improved website here. Great on mobile. Plus, you got props in every game in the live dealer casino, even new early cash out options as well. So, hey, maybe you need to go over there and get that over in the Mavericks and Thunder game over 231 over there at mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus a $10 casino chip over there at mybookie.ag. We're also brought to you by Rhythm, #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to customize betting systems, AI, all of that, and just figure out. You can really just lock in and figure out, hey, what do you want? Like, do you like defense? Do you prefer offense? Do you prefer fast tempo? Do you prefer teams that don't foul? Like, what are the things that you value? And you can create a model off of your values and be able to go out there and hit picks. I, for one, have my model, Braun Breaker. Shout out to Braun Breaker. Teams that are just unlimited offense, great offense, unlimited motor. Braun Breakers, the prototypical superstar nowadays, future WWE champion, and the owner of my Rhythm model here. But let's see. Let's tap in. Let's see what Rhythm likes on the day. Let's get a player prop today. I like to talk about a player prop here. Rhythm. I am super tempted. Rhythm likes Cole Anthony under 3.5 assists plus 114. We talked about Cole Anthony earlier. We talked about the scoring. The assists weren't up there, but he might get more minutes tonight. So I don't know. Don't know if that's the way that I want to go with it. But you know what? You know, a guy that I like backing, and we think there's going to be points we just talked about it, and we talked about the motivation of all the guys on the bench to play well and help this team get further and further and further in the NBA Cup. Aaron Wiggins has a points prop of 7.5. Rhythm thinks that he can get to 10.2 today. 80.9% win probability here with Aaron Wiggins. He's been over in 3 of his last 4 games. I think he gets back on the slide 12, 16, and 13 those games. I think Aaron Wiggins has a good one. So Aaron Wiggins over 7.5 points. I'm going to love backing the role players in this game. Going to love backing the role players. They want to get this money. Let's do it. All right. Let's see here. Lock, dog, underdog lineup. Lonte, what are you doing?
Yeah, so for the lock, I mean, I like Milwaukee, but I'm gonna go with the first quarter for Milwaukee. We're gonna go alt to win by 5 or more. That should be like right around like 175 ish. If you just shop around and make sure they have, I know FanDuel has it where you can have, if you go to like the alternate, excuse me, the alternate numbers, you can go, 5 plus, 10 plus, whatever. But 5 plus, I think is going to be, that'll be my dog. I'm sorry. That'll be my dog. 5 plus Milwaukee in the first quarter. Milwaukee top 10 first quarter team, top 7 at home. Orlando generally gets off to slow starts. That's with their 2 best players. And now without both of those on the road where they struggle again, I think Milwaukee comes out fired up. I think they come out and they're winning by double digits in that game. So that'll be my dog. Likewise, I mean, OKC, just pretty much we talked about it. We both liked it. It's a good spot. Just I think with Hartenstein back in the line, he makes such a big difference on the glass. Not many second chance points to be got by Dallas. I think he'll clean that up. Also, the on ball defense will be a little bit better as well. So OKC minus 4.5 for the lock. Milwaukee 5 to win by 5 or more is the dog in the first quarter. In the first quarter, yeah, first quarter. I'm sorry.
All right. So AKC minus 4.5 is your lot. Dog. Milwaukee Bucks first quarter. I'm just gonna say minus 4.5 as well. Plus 175. You said you got that at.
Yeah. I'll shop. While you do that, I'll shop around, see if I can find like what the best number.
All right. For my lock, let's go under 215 in the Orlando Magic and Milwaukee Bucks game. I don't think there's going to be much scoring. I think that even though Franz Wagner is out, Jonathan Isaac getting more minutes potentially in this one is going to mean something defensively for them. I think Giannis is going to get his, and I think everybody else is going to be relatively in check, and we're going to be talking about how Giannis carried this team through the quarterfinal round. So I like the Orlando Magic to ugly this game up as they've done multiple times over the course of the season and really, really force the issue defensively. 2-14 to the over, so slight edge to the under for the Orlando Magic, and 10-13 for the Milwaukee Bucks, slight edge to the under as well. All right, for my dog, let's go with who do we want to back? Who do we want to back? I mean, the easy answer is just backing SGA, but I do think J-Dub is actually interesting too. It's probably one of either J-Dub or SGA for me. Let's look at the alt numbers for those two guys. SGA, I can get 35 at plus 185, or I can get J-Dub at 25 at plus 165. Let's go with J-Dub 25 at plus 165. I think J-Dub is going to have a good game. He's had really good matchups against this Dallas Mavericks team in the past. I think that he'll be able to keep the scoring up. I think that this rotates a lot between him and SGA. However, I didn't say it, but Isaiah Hartenstein assist is very, 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 very interesting in this one. Very interesting. Still sitting there at 4. Actually, toss it out. Toss J-Dub out. I'm getting 5 assists for plus 145 for Isaiah Hartenstein. Come on now. What? That's easy for him. Give me that. Isaiah Hartenstein, 5 plus assists, plus 145. I'm still probably going to throw J Dub in a little parlay, but I'm gonna take Isaiah Hartenstein assists. He's been too good, and he's a really good passing big man, and he actually helps initiate offense for them, especially with the kick out threes. And I think that's how this happens. He's just gonna continue to get a bunch of kick out threes to the role players, and the role players are gonna get him a bunch of assists. So I like Isaiah Hartenstein to get it done on the assists. He's gonna go over his 3.5 assists, and he's gonna get one more and get me 5 at plus 145. All right. 8 plus is 11-1, Lonte. Just want to throw that out there. 8 plus assists for Isaiah Hartenstein, 11-1. All right, Underdog. Let's figure out what we're doing here. Who are we throwing into the Underdog lineup today?
Well, both like J Dub, so J Dub points is a good one.
I agree there. Let's go J Dub higher, 22.5 points.
Yeah, and if you like Hartenstein, I don't mind him either. If you want to go assist, if you want to go RA, whatever.
Yeah, I was about to say I could go RA too. Like I think that's especially with a lot of those guys out.
Yeah,
I can go RA too. I think that's a solid play.
Yeah.
So we'll go. Yeah, we'll go 15.5 RA.
Yeah.
And then let's get another one in that Bucks game. Is the easy answer just going Giannis?
Probably.
I like Bobby Portis too, though.
Yeah, I like Portis too. I like Portis.
All right, let's go with Portis.
Yeah, I like Portis.
There we go.
You going PR or are you going just points?
I just put points, but if you want to go PR.
No. Points is fine.
Okay. All right, there we go. J-Dub, Jalen Williams, higher 22.5 points. Isaiah Hartenstein, higher 15.5 points. 15.5 rebounds and assists. And Bobby Portis, higher 10.5 points. Add that in Underdog, shake it all up, and $100 gets you $600 over there at Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Lonte, anything else for the people before we get up out of here?
That's it, man. Best of luck to everybody.
All right. Make sure you give us a follow at SGPN NBA. Make sure you give us a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcast. Come on now.
Yeah,
in the next couple of days when those report, I should see multiple people that dropped a 5-star rating and review from the NBA Gambling Podcast. That should 100% be there because y'all could do it right now as you're listening, like right now.
And I'll double up what you just said. If the best review, I'll give a $50 gift certificate or gift card to SGPN store.
All right, $50 gift card. There you go. He put it up there. So make sure you go 5-star rating and review. Come on, you can do something. You can do something there.
It's got to be 5 or more though. Got to be 5 or more to choose from. It can't just be 1 or 2.
Oh dang! He said, "Dang." Lonte said that. Hey man, the dude that just got one. You need. Hey, he said it's still a group project. Lonte said it's still a group project. Hey, we need you. You can't just submit yours. You got to get 4 other people to submit before we even have a contest. So hey, there you go. All right, Lonte said y'all better go hit up the group members in the group project. Tell them to get to work. All right,
please.
With that, I have nothing else to say. Nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just gonna end it like this. We are out of here.